29 is an exciting and engaging podcast for all ages, a podcast that will encourage you to be forever young, to go beyond the cliche of so-called old folks, and make you believe that your age should not define you as a person. This podcast is hosted by the forever 29-year-old Gigi Gilbert, who is inviting you all to get on board her train of life. You don't want to miss it.
Hi everyone, it's Gigi bringing you the third episode of Forever 29. Welcome. Tomorrow is Father's Day. Let us wish happy Father's Day to all the dads on board and all the to-be on board dads on our Forever 29 train. Forever 29 is a phrase that refers to someone who perpetually stays young and vibrant as if they were 29 years old forever. The idea is that 29 is a defining age of youthfulness and vitality, while Father's Day recognizes and celebrates the aging process and the important role that fathers play in our lives. The Forever 29 concept is more about staying young and ageless. While the two ideas may seem somewhat contradictory, they both reflect the desire to hold on to the positive aspect of youth and vitality, whether through cherishing the memories of a beloved father or embracing the idea of staying young and vibrant. So, to all the dads, embrace the idea of staying young and energetic. Remember that age is just a number. So, get out there and let Gen Zs know you still get it. Have a great Father's Day. How about the rest of you guys? Are you doing well? Does any of you start singing young at heart yet? Me, I feel blessed. Our passenger list is going. My wish to have on board as many crazy young at heart is going well. Nothing can stop us now. Guys, we are on a mission, and our mission is to be and feel forever young. We are so thankful to have our regulars with us and thrilled for our newcomers. Let's applaud them. Welcome on board. We aim to inspire one another to stay young and believe that age is just a number. Here is a recap of the second episode, published on June 3rd, 2023. In our second episode, we discuss how healthy lifestyle changes can minimize our risk for disease and help us avoid nursing homes or trips in and out of the hospital to the minimum. We also talk about how, by applying healthy habits such as well-balanced diet, irregular physical exercises, we can keep our BMI, body mass index, between 18.5 and 24.9. Also, Dr. Gilbert told us, based on the study of 29,000 subjects, that by surrounding ourselves with positive people, no smoking, minimal alcohol intake, positive mindset exercises, staying mentally active, and sleeping well, we can keep our brains healthy and decrease our rate of dementia. Following these guidelines, avoiding stress, keeping a positive mind, and always seeing the glass half full will give you more chances to stay longer and healthier on my Forever 29 trail. But is it enough? No, it is not. There are other battles, such as climate change. It is one of the most devastating problems that Mother Earth has ever faced. And the clock is ticking. In the first episode, if you remember, we asked about our genes, the environment, lifestyles, or luck. Most thought it was a combination of all those factors, except for luck. Therefore, we must retrain from believing that practicing a healthy habit or lifestyle is all it takes. No, my friends, we need to do more. Won't you agree, Dr. G?
Definitely, I'm entirely in agreement with you, Gigi. By the way, I want to congratulate you for having launched this podcast. I found it very informative, in my opinion. Now, regarding this environment problems, definitely the clock is ticking. Because of environmental pollution, according to the World Health Organization, 7 million die prematurely yearly from many health problems, including cancer, heart disease, strokes, respiratory illnesses, congenital disabilities, and neurological, immune, endocrine, and reproductive system damage. Around the world, air pollution is already responsible for as many as 10 million deaths annually. And the problem is likely to worsen, says New York Times opinion writer David Wallace Wells. As many as 8 million deaths are related to the particulate matter produced by burning fossil fuels. This is 1 death out of 5. Look at what happened last week with the wildfire from Canada. It is believed that 100 million North Americans were under air quality alerts. New York City, for example, recorded the worst air quality of major cities in the world due to the Canadian wildfire. Personally, we were affected. My mother-in-law, your mother, who lives in New York, suffered from a repeated cough attributed to the smoke pollution. Scientists are concerned that over the past 250 years, humans have been artificially raising the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere at an ever-increasing rate, primarily by burning fossil fuels and cutting down carbon-absorbing forests. So we must do more and tackle the environment, vital in keeping us on Gigi's Forever 29 train. Right, Gigi?
Yep, you got that right, Dr. G. We have work to do. As Dr. G just explained, our planet is in trouble. Many scientists say humans must change their attitudes and behaviors before it's too late. They say There will be more plastic in our oceans than fish by 2050. They also predict that billions of people will no longer be able to live where they currently are by 2070 because it will be too hot. The same goes for the rising of the sea level. As a matter of fact, El Niño is back. El Niño, which means little boy in Spanish, is a climate pattern that starts with warm water building up in the tropical Pacific west of South America and has the potential to raise the temperatures of the seas and cause many weather problems on our planet. Everything we take for granted about life depends on a stable climate, including food, changing seasons, and rainfall, which is in the process of ending unless we take immediate action to restore Earth balance. And you know what? Our activities create that environmental dilemma too. Think about it. You know what? Let's have Davis elaborate further on that.
I will be glad to do that. Pinning down who is responsible is trickier than it might seem in this ongoing lack of action, from fossil fuel companies and wealthy countries to politicians and sometimes all of us. We have weak regulations on water and air pollution from intensive animal agriculture. The animals and waste have fouled the water. The aim for healthy weight spews air pollutants that promote climate change and could contribute to asthma-related illnesses. Ocean is full of plastic trash, discarded barrels of hazardous chemicals, and frequent oil spills and leaks. Food waste is generated all along the way from the farm to our table. Vehicle emissions, the U.S. transportation sector from internal combustion, which includes cars, trucks, planes, trains, ships, and freight, produces nearly 30% of all U.S. global warming emissions, more than almost any other sector. Global warming is the gradual heating of the Earth's surface, oceans, and atmosphere caused by human activity, primarily by burning the dirtiest and most dangerous fossil fuels that pump carbon dioxide, CO2, methane, and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. It has glacier effects on the planet, such as increasing average temperatures and temperature extremes, melting ice caps, glaciers, and sea ice, rising sea levels and ocean acidification, changing rainfall patterns and droughts, increasing the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events such as heat waves, wildfires, floods, storms, and hurricanes, affecting human health and agriculture. This is not a joke. Global warming seriously threatens the stability and well-being of life on Earth. This requires urgent action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and adapt to the already happening or unavoidable impacts.
This is not a joke, really. Good job, Davis. Some of you may think otherwise, but being attentive to the environment is just the right thing for all living elements on Earth. So the environment, or the togetherness, I'll call it, togetherness would be a good name for the environment. We are on this one together, want it or not. Believe me, it doesn't matter wherever you are or whoever you are. We must stick together to the better good of our planet. In my second episode, which I call Lifestyles, I said that if you want to be old, be old. If you want to be young, jump on board. So I was giving you a choice and the option to choose, right? Yes, you can choose your lifestyle, but there is no environmental option. It is not for us to choose as individuals. It is for all of us to do the right things for our planet and all humankind. Story time. Jess will now read us a motivating story of life lessons, The Mouse Trap, from an unknown author.
Thank you, Gigi. My pleasure. A mouse looked through the crack in the wall to see the farmer and his wife open a package. What food might this contain? The mouse wondered. He was devastated to discover it was a mouse trap. Retreating to the farmyard, the mouse proclaimed the warning. "There is a mouse trap in the house! There is a mouse trap in the house!" The chicken clucked and scratched, raised her head, and said, "Mr. Mouse, I can tell this is a grave concern to you, but it is of no consequence to me. I cannot be bothered by it." So the mouse turned to the pig and told him, "There is a mouse trap in the house! There is a mouse trap in the house!" The pig sympathized but said, "I am so very sorry, Mr. Mouse, but there is nothing I can do about it but pray. Be assured you are in my prayers." The mouse turned to the cow and said, "There is a mouse trap in the house! There is a mouse trap in the house!" The cow said, "Wow, Mr. Mouse, I'm sorry for you, but it's no skin off my nose." So the mouse returned to the house, head down and dejected, to face the farmer's mousetrap alone. That very night a sound was heard throughout the house, like the sound of a mousetrap catching its prey. The farmer's wife rushed to see what was caught. In the darkness she did not see it was a venomous snake whose tail the trap had caught. The snake bit the farmer's wife. The farmer rushed her to the hospital, and she returned home with a fever. Everyone knows you treat a fever with fresh chicken soup, so the farmer took his hatchet to the farmyard for the soup's main ingredient. But his wife's sickness continued, so friends and neighbors came to sit with her around the clock. To feed them, the farmer butchered the pig. The farmer's wife still did not get well, and she died. So many people came for her funeral, and the farmer had the cow slaughtered to provide enough meat for all of them. The mouse looked upon it all from his crack in the wall with great sadness. So, the next time you hear someone is facing a problem and think it doesn't concern you, remember, when one of us is threatened, we are all at risk. We are all involved in this journey called life. We must watch for one another and try to encourage one another. Each of us is a vital thread in another person's tapestry. This story fits well with what we are trying to put out here regarding the environment, as I am convinced that global warming will affect us all.
Great story, Jess. As you said, the environmental crisis affects us all. This story shows us just that. Unfortunately, some of us don't seem to apprehend it yet. So how can we help solve some of those challenges? As some scientists say, we must change our attitudes and behaviors before it is too late. The United Nations website calls on people everywhere to work together to solve climate challenges. They wrote that everyone can help limit climate change. And Greta Thunberg went further to say, you are never too small to make a difference. And I entirely agree with her. Yes, we can make a difference by making these few changes, like the way we travel, the way we use electricity, the food we eat, and the things we buy. In our next episode, we will address these 4 points in detail, which will still be on the environment. The title will be Environment Part 2, How to be more eco-friendly to save present and future generations. So come on, get on board, bring your family and friends, and let us find out the secret of being forever young together. Thanks so much for listening to my podcast. I hope you are enjoying the journey. Follow us wherever you listen to your podcast. Please keep sending us your feedback, comments, stories, and ideas in the comment box. And don't forget to subscribe. See you back Saturday, July 1st for our 4th episode. Until then, stay young, blessed, and healthy. Hasta la próxima. À la prochaine. Until next time. To conclude today, I am leaving you with a motivational chant from the international organization, Fridays for Future, because it's scrappy